What's going on, everybody? All right, so we are back again with this live stream and seeing what we saw with today with James Gunn's Superman and the way that the stock market just completely started, went through, and it finished for this day. All I got to tell you is that I'm happy. I'm truly happy of what is going on. Wow, the numbers don't lie, they never do, and facts are the facts. What's going on, Sidekick? I appreciate you for watching. I really appreciate everybody for joining, tuning in, all that good stuff, all the updates. Make sure to have those notifications on because that's the only way you're going to hear every time I upload a video. All right. And like I said, we are on the road to super flop. And as we get closer, every time, I'm going to be putting more videos and putting everything that how to expose James Gunn and all this DCU reboot. Oh yeah, what up, Shane? Appreciate you for watching, everybody. Yeah, it's crazy, like those numbers don't lie, and it's funny. It's funny because now you can see all the little bit of James Gunn supporters coming out, and they're trying so hard to say everything that they can, but they already know what's up. It's it is what it is. It's crazy, but it's just insane. And you can see the views on the trailer. It's crazy. Okay, what it reached finally 1 million views, or I think it passed it. Doesn't matter, because at this point, all those numbers don't mean squat right now until the day of release when we see that those numbers are not going to match. Right now, we know that they're fabricating and creating all these fake numbers and trying to increase the viewership and everything and blah, blah, all that stuff. We already know they have control over that and they could do that. But they cannot control Wall Street and they cannot control the numbers at the box office. This is why you see me that I'm just chilling. I'm just watching as the chaos unfolds and we can see this circus show taking full effect and how things are happening. Let's talk about that kaiju in the trailer for Superman. A kaiju, just like we saw in the shitty The Suicide Squad, we saw that starfish, whatever it's called. I don't even care about it, honestly. And then now we're getting this kaiju that's in Superman. Wow, ridiculous. And then there's a part where you see when Superman at the beginning is laying on the snow. Somebody compared it. They compared it to the meme with Goku when he's on the ground, crushed, and it's like, come on, man. Like, it's like they're setting themselves up just for memes. It's completely crazy. It's completely insane of what's going on. I don't know. I just honestly, it's ridiculous. All we could do at this point is just laugh. Honestly, we could just laugh. Just seeing how everything is going on. What up, Ace? I see you. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody for watching and tuning in and stuff like that. Triton K175. Did I see your comment on the last video? You don't think you need to elaborate what I think is a shit train, this shit stain of a trailer. Yeah, I see them. It's hard to get to everybody, so just bear with me and stuff like that. It is what it is, but I'm trying to get to everybody. I'm just filtering all the comments and stuff like that. Igor, what up? What up? Appreciate you for watching. Yes, garbage trailer. Exactly. Exactly. That's what we can all agree and finally see. This is what James Gunn, is quote unquote cooking, What up, Sean? Appreciate you for watching. It's crazy, because let's be real. Look, finally the fake fans have finally got what they wanted. I already discovered and I cracked the code of the trailer. There's one thing, if you look at the trailer for Superman, rewatch it. The only one thing that the fake fans are really excited for is that they finally succeeded in doing at a DC property. They're finally able to say that they have a Marvel name, a Marvel credit, a Marvel reference with James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy. You see how I'm saying? They're just trying to use that name for fame. Oh, wow. The director of Guardians of the Galaxy, he's doing this new Superman. Oh my, I can't wait. Ha! You can't wait. I'm glad that the stocks closed worse than what it started today. That's why I'm telling y'all it's not going to work the same way that it didn't work for Joker 2. It's going to happen again, but even on a bigger and stronger level for Superman with James Gunn in 2025. This DCU is DOA. If you've seen, I think his Cosmic book or somebody that I came across, I'll probably share the picture later. They posted the review for the, I think it's the fourth episode, Creature Commandos. I think they gave it like a low 3 or 4. They're not happy. They're like, oh, things are looking bad, and it's not, the way that it started. Exactly. It's not. It has everybody right now watching. And sure, okay, James Gunn's trailer for Superman passed 1 million views. Big deal. Big deal. Nothing special about that. We knew that was going to happen. You know why? Because everybody's curious right now. Everybody wants to see, oh, let me see what this is about. They go on the internet, let me just type it up. And then they're like, oh, this is what it is. And then everybody's trying to give it a fake praise because they want free tickets. That's all. They're just trying to kiss the feet of James Gunn so they could get free tickets. Because, of course, these YouTubers, that we already know who they are. I won't say who they are, but we already know who they are. Angry Joe, the truth, our movie reviews. Oh, those are just some of them, right? Remember when they all used to ride with Zack Snyder and the Snyderverse? You remember that? But then they slowly started changing and revealing who and what they are. I am not one of them. I have kept it real since day one, and I'm still keeping it real. Look at what people are saying. You could just see it in the comments. It's hard for me to keep up. I'm deleting comments and blocking people just because of how negative some of these comments are. So I have to do that. I don't want to, but sometimes people just push me that I have to, filter it and clean it and stuff like that because this is a community that we all enjoy and we talk. Even if we don't agree, it's cool. It's okay to disagree. There's no problem. It's just how you say it. Excuse me on that. Bear with me because I'm still trying to get through that. I had the flu and I'm sick and all that stuff. And I'm still here bringing you news and bringing you updates because that's what I do. This is what I want to do for you guys, and girls everywhere, because this is how you keep your audience up to date. Again, the numbers. What we saw in that trailer with finally Crypto the dog, James Gunn's trying to use a dog so everybody can be like, ah, he cares about animals. The same way that he did with Rocket Raccoon. That's the only thing. He's just using it so he could try to soften up and get people to be like, ah, well, the kid with the flag. If that doesn't scream Man of Steel, I don't know what else does. Because this whole trailer of Superman is nothing but a copy and paste of Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. That's what it is. There's a lot of people that have been comparing it shot by shot, frame by frame, and it is. Zack Snyder, once again, is the blueprint. Say what you want, but that's the fact. And the way that the music, again, WB, it's like they can't get past and move on. But then they tell us, the Snyder fans, oh, move on. Oh, it's done. It's over. Blah, blah, blah. And once again, they're using the score for John Williams, but with a guitar or electric guitar, whatever you want to call it. I was like, come on, really? Like, you're going to use that again? How many times does WB have to keep on using that nostalgia uh score, whatever you want to call it? It's just like, come on. Like, really? This is what you're gonna do? You're just gonna reuse that again? Come on, man. This is ridiculous. It shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't be like that. But this is what they're doing. They're trying again. They thought, let's look at the big picture, people. Let's look at the big picture and give me credit for this. All right. We've seen this multiple times. Remember when they had announced The Flush? Oh, it's the best movie since The Dark Knight Rises. It's the best movie since this. The Flush? Oh, even James Gunn approved of The Flush, right? Even Gary, right? The parademon from Dark Side, when he was on that meme going around, they were like, even Gary has seen that it's the best thing since The Dark Knight. And what happened with The Flush? It tanked. It tanked. It flopped so bad at the box office. But I thought everybody, including, what was this dude, the one that did Maverick Hunter, Top Gun, what's his name? Tom Cruise. I thought he saw it and it was the best thing that it was gonna be. And look at how bad that movie did at the box office. Superman is not going to be an exception. It's going to be the same thing. It's seriously going to be the same thing. What's up to everybody that's tuning in? I appreciate y'all for watching. So you already know how it goes. Preach 85, what up? We will never stop. What's good? Right here. We're right here breaking this down. This shitty trailer from James Gunn. They wanted an MCU Superman. You're getting your MCU Superman. And this right here is going to tank so bad next year that I can't wait to see the excuses. People are already coming out with excuses, because I've seen some comments and it's just too many to keep up with. But one that's right now and it stands at the top of my head, it's that people are right now saying, "Oh, but this is only a teaser trailer. It's not the full trailer." Hold on. I thought we got the teaser trailer yesterday, and today's the official trailer. They're coming out with excuses already. All these shills and all these fake fans are right now just trying to ride the wave and trying to ride, James Gunn D style. If you get what I'm saying, and they're just trying to kiss ass so they could get freebies, free tickets, because these fans are not the ones that are gonna watch, and they're not the ones that are gonna be filling up those seats. No. These are critics. These are fake fans. These are the ones you cannot please, because all they want to do is later come and go on their channel and talk all this smack and do a review just so they could get clicks and they could get views. Nah, I don't care about that. Even if WB was to give me a free pair of tickets, I would be like, you know what? I'm good. I won't even raffle them just because I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do my fans like that. Now, if somebody wants to buy the tickets for me, then I'll probably go. Big probably, and I'll probably suffer for y'all just so I can give you the review and just let you know. But we already know what this Superman is going to be. It's straight up going to be a copy and paste of Man of Steel sprinkled with Guardians of the Galaxy, because that's what James Gunn does. Now, can we talk about the Green Lantern? Straight up, when we see what's his name, Guy Gardner, whatever his name is, just when you pause that image, that's a big meme right now. And when I see that one clip, I don't know why, I just get this random thought of, you know what? That picture should promote some gum, some gum, some spearmint gum or something. I don't know why. It just screams of an ad for gum. I don't know why. It's just ridiculous like that. And then the haircut. This is completely terrible. I can't wait to see all the excuses that people come up with next year. This is going to be fun. This is why I'm telling y'all, this right here is the road, and I'm happy to be with each and every one of you. The road to super flop. And if you've seen, there's a video out there, there's a video that's called The Road to Superman. Okay, yeah, enjoy your little fame, because right here, I call it how it is, the road to super flop. And we, the fans, all of us, not just the Snyder fan, but the fans that are tired of seeing what James Gunn is doing, what DC is doing, what WB is doing, what they've done to us, the consumer, the loyal fan for years, how they screwed us over. Now it's our turn, because once again, we're going to come out winning when this movie is released at the box office in 2025. And don't forget, 2025, when this movie comes out, is literally, I think, a week ahead of Jurassic World 4 Rebirth. I'm telling y'all right now, get ready to buy your tickets for Jurassic World, because I'm going to be seeing Jurassic World multiple times. Superman, I won't be watching that, and I encourage everybody, don't watch that movie. You're going to see how the tickets do not sell at the theaters, but then they're going to come out with their fake reviews like they are right now. This is why I've been telling you. WB is going to come out and try to make all of these fake accounts, and we already know what's up with these fake accounts. They're already everywhere. You can see them. And constantly, they're just trying to prove a point. What point? Just accept it. Your Superman, your DCU is DOA. Creature Commandos already started, and it's doing bad. The trailer for Superman did terrible. The teaser to the trailer yesterday was bad. So what high hopes do you have? There's none. There really isn't none. And don't even get me started about that Lex Luthor. That Lex Luthor straight up looks like a 007 James Bond action hero, spy hunter type, whatever you want to call it, type of action movie. I'm like, what is this? Like, seriously, this is what this is the whole excitement of what they wanted to do. It's like, come on, man, come on. It's crazy. It's Kick-Ass meets Man of Steel. Oh man, this is completely bad. It's amazing. It's amazing to see how you could see how all of these like fake fans are just revealing who they are and what they are. I know some of them are probably watching right now, or they're gonna watch this and gonna be, oh, this guy's always talking about crap and stuff, and move on, blah blah. No, I'm not moving on, and we are not moving on because we, the true consumer, we know what's up, and we're going to continue to keep our wallets closed, and that's what's triggering them. WB knows it. I've been tagging WB directly on Twitter, also known as X, whatever you want to call it. And I've been tagging them, and I even replied to one of the posts that James Gunn posted. Did he see it? Who knows? So many people dropping comments and stuff. And I told him straight up, your DCU is DOA. It's done. It hasn't even started and it's already done. And I tagged them with the stock market from yesterday. I go, this is how it's going right now with James Gunn. Wake up, WB. Wake up, DC. And I'm tagging all three of them so they can see it. And it's just crazy. It's just completely crazy. You can't make it up. You just can't. This is why I say shame on us. Shame on us that we want quality. Shame on us that we deserve quality. Shame on us. And I was asked a question the other day, now while we're on the topic about quality. All right. Okay. How can you determine quality? Very simple. I can't explain to somebody, anybody, what quality is. You have to have that specific eye as a filmmaker, or a, if you want to say like a fan of movies and all this stuff, when it comes to whatever the genre is, comic books, video games, movies, whatever it is, you have to have that eye like an eagle to be able to determine and say, this is quality and this is not quality. Honestly, it's not that hard. You can just see it. Quality will reveal itself, and you'll be able to say and determine and say, that right there is straight up a chef's kiss. That's quality. That right there is going to be bad, And like I said, seeing from the trailer from Superman, I gave it a few views because I wanted to see it with an open mind. So the James Gunn supporters don't come here and say, well, you're being so judgmental. You're not giving it a chance. I gave it a few chances. And every time I watch the trailer, it makes me cringe more, even more. Why? Because once they threw the dog, that completely threw me off. I was like, oh no, they really did it. They actually added Crypto the dog. We knew that they were going to do it, but I didn't know it was going to be that bad. So now the dog is pulling Superman. This is what you wanted. You wanted a live action, straight rip off from the comics. You're getting it. It's not always good to do that. It really is not. And in the long run, this right here, I'm telling you right now, this Superman movie is not going to age well. This is not going to age well. If you go back right now and watch the Man of Steel trailer, it's been over 10 years. 2013. Last year made 10 years. 2023 that we got Man of Steel. If you look at it and you compare it to what it is now, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. It's quality from what Zack Snyder gave us. It's quality. And what we're seeing with James Gunn, this is the modern day entertainment. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Shorts. You know why? Because people's attention span are not focused on quality. The people's attention nowadays is focused on stupidity. And that's exactly what this Superman is. It's nothing but stupidity. That Guy Gardner Green Lantern haircut is going to age horribly within the next 5 years after this movie is released. You go back and you see Man of Steel, everything has aged well, like fine wine. Quality. That's what quality is about. It ages really, really well. With Superman, we can't say that. And then we cannot say the same. Look at that. When did we get the Suicide Squad? Back in like 2020, 2021, something like that. So it's been about 3 to 4 years. By the time Superman comes out, it's probably within the past 4.5, almost 5 years that we got it. Go rewatch it. Don't do that. But I'm telling you, if you go and rewatch it, what happens? It doesn't, it just, those jokes and that whole style doesn't live up to our times anymore. So it's not aging right. It's aging poorly. The jokes are bad. Don't even get me started with the part when you see the big lady that the guy is knocked out and he's seeing, like, I think that's his mom. The big lady that he sees on every character. That didn't age well. That's terrible. It's completely sad. That's the word, sad. It's just sad. And when you go and see what Zack Snyder has given us, hell, even Sucker Punch. I get it. A lot of people don't like that movie. That's fine. You're okay. That's everybody has their own, taste and whatever. I enjoyed it for what it is. I don't really know the characters. I don't really know the story. I just cared about that. Hell, it was entertaining. That's it. That's all I care about. The quality, like it's just that's cinema. That's cinema, straight up. That was amazing. And it's aged well to this day. It's still aged well. The same thing with 300, and this is not because it's Zack Snyder. It's just what that movie's about. It's just it's good entertainment. That's all I care about. And what we're seeing with James Gunn, look, I'll cut James Gunn some slack. When James Gunn was over at Marvel, cool. You do your thing with Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's it. That's what you're good at. You're good at doing these weird characters. Excuse me on that. You're good at doing what Marvel wants with those weird and wacky characters. What James Gunn did with the Weasel in the Suicide Squad and what he's doing in this shitty Creature Commandos, it's not it. This is not it, honestly. I I don't get how people are actually entertained with that. And what that character stands for and what he does, he's completely vile. He's disgusting. Look into that character and see what his history is about. And you come and tell me if that's what you support. Only sickles go and support that. Only sick, twisted, perverted fans are the ones that are supporting James Gunn. Again, this is not going to save them because when this movie comes out next year, I'm telling you, like all these fans that are supporting James Gunn right now with over 1 million views and whatever. All right, cool. You can do that online. There's programs. You can edit and stuff like that. Of course, it's WB. They got the money to do that stuff. So what happens when the movie comes out next year? We already know what's gonna happen. We already know. Joker 2 is going to be much more profitable than what Superman 2025 is going to be. When you compare both of them, you're going to be like, wow, Joker 2 made more money than Superman. Because these fans are not going to be in theaters. These fans don't go out and support it. That's why they're kissing ass right now because they want a free ticket. So they could do an early review once the embargo goes down, and then they could put it on their YouTube channel and then start getting clickbait. That's all they care about. That's why they're trying to be like, WB, oh, Superman, Look, I'm going to be real with you. Angry Joe put up a video and he straight up, oh, tearing. Come on, man. Stop it with the fakeness, honestly. Because, first of all, why are you watching the trailer for James Gunn's Superman with Henry Cavill's Halloween costume, with the trailer? You know better than that. What are you trying to do? You're trying to disrespect us Snyder fans? You're trying to disrespect Henry Cavill? That's how I take it. You see what I'm saying? So if you're going to do your review of Superman, go ahead and wear another costume. Why you got to wear Man of Steel's version of Superman to go ahead and compare and do your little review? You see what I'm saying? So it's these little subliminal messages that some of these channels are doing. And then another sellout too that we saw for so long, our movie news. Our movie news. What about them? I'm tired of all these fake YouTubers. Why? Because they were riding the wave of fame. And they were the ones that inspired me years ago when we were all fighting for the Snyder cut. The Truth 31 is another one too. Nothing against him, because when he used to do his live streams, I would go on there, talk, he would acknowledge me. Cool. All right, it is what it is. But what's the problem with them? All of these people have turned their backs on the community. They grew their channel with the Snyderverse, with the Snyder community, and now look at where they're at. They talk against us, they make fun of us, they insult us. Our movie news reviews the other day, I posted a comment and he's like, he completely got hurt about what I said. All I said was like, this movie is going to tank at the box office. And he called me a fake fan saying, oh, you don't belong here. This is not where you belong. Okay, that's how it is. Then so be it. This is why I spit facts. This is why I say what I say. Because half or most of the time, I'm saying what probably some of you fans out there wish you can say. And it's just like Eminem says. The only difference is that I have the balls to say it. And I do. That's why I'm here. Because I'm exposing them. I'm just spitting facts. I get it. Nobody wants to hear the reality sometimes. But the truth and the reality hurts. It is what it is. These numbers are proof and solid evidence that with James Gunn, there is no solution. There is no hope. Day one started yesterday. All right. So if you want to say pre day one was yesterday with the teaser trailer of Superman. And look at how bad the stocks went. You saw the video. If you haven't, go check it out. I just posted it yesterday. And look at today. I just recently posted. If you haven't seen it, go see it. And then what happens today? The official reveal of the trailer, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And that trailer is an embarrassment. And the numbers didn't go the way that they expected. That's why I, as a fan, and many of us can agree that with James Gunn, it's not going to work. It is not going to work, you know? And the fact that some of these fans are like, oh, I run with Gunn, I believe in Gunn. Okay, that's fine. That's just online talking. But when the day comes out at the box office, this movie needs to make $1 billion. I'm telling you, Superman 2025 needs to make $1 billion or more. Because if not, I'm telling you, we are all ready to roast James Gunn and roast Superman and roast David Cornsweet. You know why? Because we're going to be like, we knew it. We've been calling it. You thought we were playing. You thought we were playing. And this is the outcome right here. That's what I'm saying. With James Gunn, there's no hope, there's no solution, and most of all, there's no profit. I wish I could tell you otherwise. I wish I could say, hey, look, you know what? James Gunn convinced me. You know what? I'm looking forward to it. But I'd be lying to you, and I'd be lying to myself because I'm telling you, I could see it from a mile away. I have that eye, I have that point of view, if you want to say, that eagle eye where I could see this is not going to be good. And it wasn't. It just wasn't. You could see that James Gunn is trying so hard. He's trying so hard. I give him credit. He's trying so hard. So if James Gunn, you're listening, you're trying. I give you credit. But you're not doing it the way it's supposed to. You're just looking at reference from Zack Snyder, and you've admitted it, that you got inspiration from Zack Snyder. So once again, Zack Snyder's the blueprint. You're copying and pasting what's already been done. Stop using the music score of John Williams. That's from the 90s. You guys talk about moving on. How about you move on from that song, from that track, whatever you want to call it? But what do? They keep on remixing it every single time. And I'm like, why? Why? It didn't work with The Flush with Michael Keaton. They focused on Michael Keaton and they didn't focus on Ben Affleck, which Ben Affleck at the time was the Batman of the DCEU. And what happened with Justice League? The same thing. They tried using Michael Keaton's music with Ben Affleck. That's the Batman of the DCEU. You don't put them together. Oh, but I'm sure there would be problems now if you go ahead and do the trailer of James Gunn and put the song of Henry Cavill Superman, right? Oh, that would completely be a big no-no, right? But it's okay for the studio to allow, whoever is running at the time, like Walter Hamada, Kevin Sujihara, James Gunn, go ahead, do whatever you want to do. And then they put Henry Cavill with, again, John Williams, like we heard it in Black Adam. And not only that, in Justice League, the same thing. But this is why I say we, the fans, we don't give up. We keep on fighting and we come together and we make things happen. All right. Now, while I say we, the fans, if you notice it, I didn't post it yet, but we trended. We did trend with Restore the Snyderverse. So congrats. This is why I'm telling y'all, keep on using that hashtag. Just use hashtag Restore the Snyderverse. I'm at the point now, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with y'all. You know, my Snyderverse community, I'm gonna keep it 100 right now. All right. I said this yesterday and I'm going to repeat myself. David Ayer said that he's excited to see James Gunn's Superman. I get it. David Ayer's trying to be neutral. He's trying to be, positive that James Gunn is going to release his Ayer cut. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, as a fan, I'm kind of hurt, if you want to say. You know why? Because I cannot support anyone that's going to support James Gunn. I will defend and fight for you. But when I see things like that, it just makes me not want to. It makes me question you. You know why? Because this is not the first time, this is the second time. And we've seen that James Gunn doesn't care. James Gunn is a liar, period. He's a Pinocchio. All right. We know, like I said it, and I will repeat it again. We know that James Gunn is not going to release the Ayer cut as long as he's there. And why? Very simple. James Gunn is not going to allow the Ayer cut to be released because James Gunn knows that David Ayer's Suicide Squad is 5 times better than the trash we got with the Suicide Squad. James Gunn knows that Jared Leto is in Suicide Squad from David Ayer. James Gunn has personal problem in real life with Jared Leto. So he's not going to give him credit. He's not going to let him shine. This is why James Gunn refuses to release that. If you didn't know that, fun fact, now you know. That's why he's not going to. So seeing David Ayer, and if David Ayer is listening to this, I'm just keeping it real. From one pro to another, from one indie director to you, the professional. I look up to you. You're a true filmmaker. I love your work. But stop trying to sweet talk James Gunn. James Gunn doesn't give a shit about none of us. He doesn't care about nobody. All he cares about is James Gunn and James Gunn only. That's it. This is why me, as a fan, I'm speaking for myself, I cannot back something like that. I let it slide the first time. I've talked about that a long time ago, and it's happening again. I will keep on fighting for it. But if I see it again as a fan, I'm just going to be like, you know what? Nah, I can't. I just can't. Because we already know that James Gunn's a liar. We already know that James Gunn's Pinocchio. All he does is lie when it's convenient for him. And if it benefits him, he'll go ahead and do what he has to do. But even like that, he's still not going to do it. This is why I'm telling everybody, we need to come together. Excuse me. We need to come together and keep on fighting in this community against the studio, the executives, James Gunn, David Zaslav, and Peter Safran. Why? Because it's about how and what you give to the customer. We didn't ask for this reboot. Everything was going well with Zack Snyder. Everything was going good with, Zack Snyder's Justice League. The only problem is that the studio didn't want to let Zack Snyder fully cook. If WB would have been like, you know what? Let Zack Snyder do his thing. Let's see how far this is going to go. Look at what happened with the Snyder Cut. We finally have it. People love it and people want more of it. So it's going to just end on a cliffhanger. James Gunn's not even going to acknowledge Darkseid. So none of those events happened, right? So what's the point? Again, that's where the quality is at. You're going to have this badass character, the most badass, ruthless villain from this cinematic universe. There's only one Darkseid. Where is he? Where is he in all of this reboot? What happens? Explain that. You're just going to sweep that under the rug like it never happened? But then James Gunn goes and uses all these characters that, thanks to David Ayer, we got Viola Davis to be Amanda Waller. But she's okay to move forward with the reboot. John Cena, that's from the DCEU. That's okay to move forward, right? And he disrespected the Justice League. But that's okay, right? We get to move forward with that. The same thing with Blue Beetle. It flopped at the box office. But that flop, it's okay because it's going to get its own spin off show. And the same actor is going to come back and reprise his role, Zolo, right? And that's okay. That's not okay. It shouldn't be like that. That's what I'm saying. WB has screwed us fans for a long time. And all we're doing is just giving it back to them. This is why you see that the numbers at the box office don't come up to what they think that they're expecting. It's not going to work. It's not working with James Gunn. Excuse me. And you can see it. Just look at it. Those numbers of the stocks, that's Wall Street we're talking about. That's not a number that's controlled by WB or a fan or some random person. No, those are legit numbers. So you're going to tell me that on the day that you finally announce Superman, your biggest, most precious IP that's preparing for this reboot that finally kicks off your cinematic universe, it started off bad, like I called it yesterday. Remember, I said that? I said that in that live stream. Watch tomorrow, meaning today, that the stocks are going to start off slow and low. And look at where they were. They were bad in the red. Throughout the day, only went up a few cents. And at the end of the day, where did it end? Worse than what it started in the morning. We're not off to a good start. WB, you need to seriously reconsider yourself. You need to really look into restoring the Snyderverse because with Superman, that's what's going to determine that we're going to get Supergirl and all of these projects that James Gunn is trying to get everybody excited. This is why he's announcing them. Excuse me on that. He's just trying to get people excited to watch his DCU. But in the end, it's not going to work. It's not. Half of those projects, if not probably, one third of them, they're all going to get canned. Superman is not going to make them the money that they're expecting. And they're going to have to, meaning the WB Studios, the WB DC Studios, they're going to have to seriously reconsider and say, what do we do next? What do you do next? Very simple. All you need to do is just restore the Snyderverse, release the air cut, watch how your stocks start going up through the roof that you've never seen, and you will see how fans will once again start supporting your brand. But the problem is that WB and their ego won't allow it. This is why it's up to us, the fans, to make this happen. We fought and we put up with everybody that was talking down on us, including all those fake YouTube channels that at the time they were all fighting for Restore the Snyderverse. And what happened? We finally got the Snyder Cut. And that's why the numbers went up so high and the servers crashed on HBO Max. Yes, I get it. It was the first time that they were going live with their servers and stuff like that. But what did we get? The servers crashed for Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max when it released back in 2021. Amazing, amazing. We made that happen. We did that. You, the one that's listening, if you were fighting for Restore the Snyderverse, release the what is it? Release the Snyder Cut at the time. We finally got it. We got the Snyder Cut, and the same way we need to come together, and we're seeing it. We are seeing that with James Gunn, these numbers are not going up. They shouldn't be in the red. On the contrary, they should be in the green, in the high numbers. And where are they? They're still in the same numbers, more or less, still in the red. That tells you everything. That tells you a lot. That tells you where this company is heading. I'm telling you, this whole thing with Comcast, there's no coincidence. Something is going to come from that. Comcast isn't going to invest in a company just for the hell of it. Comcast is going to be like, you know what? We know that there's money, we know that there's potential, and we need to utilize it and max out our profit. They know that Zack Snyder sells. That's why Netflix is doing work with him. If it wasn't, then they wouldn't be doing anything. The point is that Zack is still cooking and he's putting content over Netflix. And of course, the other projects that he's working on, stuff like that. So that tells you when you have that, That just tells you, hey, this is what people want. And when you give people what they want, more goodness comes from it, you know? And it look, this is how good, if you want to say, I see it both from good and bad. What Deadpool and Wolverine did, they brought Henry Cavill. They made fun of WB. And look at what that little cameo did. Look at how much money that movie made. It's not just because of whatever. No, it's because they utilized them to the fullest. To the fullest. That tells you a lot. Excuse me, bear with me. Like I said, I apologize for that. I've been sick, and even though that I'm sick, I'm here still talking and interacting with y'all. All right. Look at this. All right. I'm looking on my phone right now. And if you want to follow along, go ahead and Google the following Netflix stock. All right. Today, all right, they closed at $902 with 4 cents. And previously, they had 889.55 on their stocks. What does that tell you? Winning, winning. WB wishes that they can have these numbers. And with Superman that it released today, they were not able to make those numbers. They weren't even able to pass $11. Sad, completely sad. But this is what they wanted. This is what they wanted. It's not making no type of profit. And they're probably going to be even more negative. You think that they lost money with the Flush, with Blue Beetle, with Creature Commandos? Because I'm sure they're losing money because animation is not cheap, it's expensive. And of course, they're going to lose money with Superman. They're probably over 300 in debt. They need to make over $1 billion, but it's not going to happen. It really isn't. You know, you can see it. The stock numbers don't lie. The stock numbers tell you a lot from a company. Netflix is right now over $900 a share. Let that settle and and just think about that. $900 a share. I'm not into Wall Street. I'm not into all that. But I'm not dumb because I know that that means, and they're in the green, that means they're making profit. And WB in the $10 and some change, embarrassing. And you've been around for 100 years, and this is what you're doing? Come on, man. Come on. This is what I'm telling y'all. This is what I'm telling y'all. We, the fans, the true consumer, in the end, we're going to win. This is why you see a lot of fans, well, not a lot, just a little, handful of fans from James Gunn that they're upset because they know, again, that the numbers don't lie. WB wishes that they were in the 900s. Hell, WB probably wishes they were in the hundreds, and they can't because nobody's believing any more of their stuff. Nobody's buying their products. It's so bad. Look, bear with me. Like I said, I apologize about this cold and still trying to get through. When it comes to the products that WB is putting out, you have McFarlane Toys. All right, let's look at this. McFarlane Toys put out Batman versus Superman products recently, and everything sold out. Everything has sold out. How come with James Gunn and what is it, the Weasel? It hasn't sold out nowhere. Everywhere is overstocked. It's so overstocked that they're not even promoting it anymore because they know that nobody's buying it. I haven't even seen nobody come out and say, "Hey, I'm excited to buy and pre-order that Weasel." No, all it's been is just nothing but a meme, and that's sad because the studio, again, is investing so much money. But in the end, all of that is probably going to end up, like I said, at Ross or Ollie's. These third party companies that they resell for much more cheaper, sometimes half of the price or less. And we've been seeing a lot of merchandise from McFarlane Toys from DC ending up, there recently. I've picked up a few things. What does that tell you? That WB is no longer like they used to be. People don't believe in them anymore, you know? And That's where they're at because they've allowed this. This company has allowed for them to be where they're at, and it's sad. It really is. I want to see Henry Cavill back as Superman. We were promised Black Adam that they were going to face off. And then what happened? James Gunn switched everything because, of course, James Gunn was in charge at the time already because of the transition from Walter Hamada going into James Gunn and everything that we saw. And what happened? What didn't happen? Look at where it's at right now. It's completely bad. And that's another thing too. Good point, Dennis. Good point. This movie is going to be the Force Awakens of DC. It's true. Even James Gunn said that this Superman is going to be like Star Wars. That tells you everything. I don't know how much more clear you need to see the red flags, but this is a train wreck about to happen. And we're seeing it with the trailer. You know, it's completely a mess. It's like, what is really going on? I'm like, this is what you wanted? This right here. This is what you wanted? It's not working. It really isn't. Who is this supposed to be catering to? And then again, you see in the trailer, you see, like, just see what they're wearing. It looks like it takes time somewhere between the 50s, the 60s, modern time. What exact timeline does this movie take place? It's like, what? Like, this movie, this trailer, it's just like I said. I want to be positive, but I just can't because there's nothing to be excited about. When we see everything from this trailer, it's just nothing but, oh, this is going to be bad. This is really going to be bad. There's no excitement for it. There really isn't. You know, I know the investors must be so upset right now because they're seeing and they're probably like going at it and they're like, why is this bad on day one when we announced it? That's why I'm telling you, this is what the fans wanted, that support James Gunn and, with the Marvel formula, if you want to say. And that's pretty much what it is. It's just like what the memes have been saying, you know, Pop, that's true. Exactly. I agree with you. This movie gave me Guardian vibes. Just add DC characters. That's exactly what this is. That's why, like I said, and I mentioned it earlier, not sure if you caught that, but I had said that some of the fans finally got what they wanted to see. They were able to see in a DC trailer the name of Guardians of the Galaxy, a Marvel property. This is what the Trojan horse wanted to bring to this studio, and it's finally happening. This is why this is not going to work. A lot of people are not going to accept this. Sure, sure. Their views went up. Okay, I think at the time now it's like probably like past 10 million or something like that. But big deal. There's no. It's just the numbers in Wall Street don't lie. That's all I gotta say. You can't hide the numbers at Wall Street. That's why it just chuckles me when some fans say that, hey, the Suicide Squad, it wasn't a flop. Yes, it was. It was a flop. It didn't work. It didn't work. Accept it. How come Spider Man during the pandemic was able to make over $1 billion, but the Suicide Squad wasn't able to do the same? And there was nothing to compete around it. And don't come here and blame and say because of the COVID and because of the pandemic and stuff like that. No, 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 no. People were still going out. People didn't care. In my area, they didn't care. People were out. Those theaters were packed. But you know why? Because people didn't believe in what James Gunn was putting out. We already knew it was going to be bad. The same thing with Joker 2. A lot of us called it. We're like, we know Joker 2 is going to be bad. And once we heard the rumor, apparently it's going to be a musical, a lot of people made fun of it. A lot of people made fun of me too. They're like, oh, just give it a chance. It came out, and look at how bad it did. The Flash, Blue Beetle, and the list continues. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. This was what, like I said, we, the fans, the true consumers, we will stop at nothing, you know? And in the end, we're starting to see that everything that WB has allowed and they're trying to quote unquote build, it's not working. It isn't going to work. There's no foundation. There hasn't been a foundation. Everything started with James Gunn the moment he came into WB. Things officially went down the drain once we got the Suicide Squad. We already knew his plans were to reboot everything and rebrand everything to what James Gunn wants. And this is what we're getting now with Superman. It's all coming down fast. There's no solid audience for this. I don't know who they're trying to target, but I don't know. I really don't know. And it's crazy. It really is, you know? I don't know, honestly. Look, let me just acknowledge this comment right here. All right. A positive reaction on the internet. Okay. I will give you that. That's fine. That's why I just said it surpassed over 10 million views. Wow. Okay. This movie will do very well. It's not going to do well. And I'll tell you why. The numbers of the stocks tell you a lot. Everybody that keeps on saying that it's going to outperform, no, it's not. It needs to make over $1 billion for it to be a success. It didn't work with Joker 2, and it's not going to work with Superman. All of these fans that are right now having their 5 minute of fame need to come out the day when this movie comes out, but they're not going to. They're not going to. James Gunn doesn't have that following, and this is not Marvel to back him up. That's the difference. This movie is going to perform worse than Joker 2, and that tells you a lot. If Lady Gaga wasn't able to save Joker, what makes you think that all these B and C actors and actresses are going to save Superman? What makes you think that all these unknown characters are going to save DC? It's not. This is going to tank even worse than what we got. That's what I'm saying. It's all just going to come crumbling down. But it is what it is. And, what can we do? You know, but yeah. So, the trailer's finally out there. It is what it is. Here we are. And again, this is how we are on the road to super flop. It will join the flop squad, and this is gonna cost WB a lot. They're going to lose a lot of money. They are really going to lose a lot of money. And it's not like they have big names in it, and the names that they have isn't enough to to save them. Like I said, Lady Gaga wasn't able to save Joker 2. Joker 2 flopped. Expect the same or worse with Superman. I'm telling y'all. But yeah, all right. So this is all the time that I got for now. Make sure to hit that subscribe, turn that notification on for all the videos that I post up. That way you don't miss anything. Drop those comments, share the videos, all that good stuff. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. And again, the facts are right there. Numbers don't lie, and here we are. But, it is what it is. And again, I appreciate y'all for watching, all that good stuff. Y'all stay safe and catch y'all on the next one. Peace.